Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to annotate the front view. And of course, you'll do this annotation on all four views, all four sides. One thing I do want to point out that I did on the last video is I didn't name these lines. I just called it a long dash, short dash. But these lines are actually officially known as center lines. And I didn't really think about that until I saw one of the questions on the quiz asking about these lines. But we do use center lines for doing our elevations. That's what I always use in this class. Some people, I have seen some where they were using what we call phantom lines. A phantom line is a long dash and then two short dashes. I have seen people use those, but typically it's going to be a center line. That's what the textbook promotes, and that's what I'm using here. I also changed my grade line to that center line. Originally, I drew that as a solid line. And I think even in our textbook, it shows some drawings with the solid line for the grade. But I went ahead and just wanted to be consistent and changed that to a center line. So go ahead and make yours a center line also. And as we're going around annotating, basically this is considered our dimensions right here. Typically there's not many horizontal dimensions on the drawing. Sometimes there is, but those are special cases. This is also part of your dimensioning and your annotating right here. This is your roof symbol, your roof slope symbol. Okay, and it's telling you that it's a 6-inch rise and a 12-inch run. So we refer to that as a 612 rise over run. All right. And I'll show you how to draw one of those over here. It's really simple. You're just going to, let's get to the Home tab and get a line tool. And you're simply going to draw a 12-inch line and then draw down as a 6-inch line. So 12-inch vertical, 12-inch horizontal, 6-inch vertical. And a lot of times I just leave mine like this, but the book does show us doing it like this with that last little line on there. We take this line and we move it using the move tool, you know, kind of equal to what this one is over here on the other side. Okay, and we also want to put numbers on here, the 6 and the 12. And to figure out what size text you need for that, you can actually use this as a reference, the TOW there. If I look over here in the properties for that, I see that my text size is 3/16 of an inch. So that can kind of give me some reference to let me know to get this small of text over here that I need to go smaller than 3/16 of an inch when I'm editing my text sizes. Okay, so editing your text, you want to come in here to modify. No, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong panel. I should be over here on the annotate panel. Go to modify and click on the A right here. And I've made a couple of different text sizes. I made a 1/16 and a 1/8. And the way I made those is I simply clicked on annotated, which was one of the only ones that were in here at the time. And I clicked on new, so it bases that new one off of the annotative settings. And I just simply type in 1_16 and then IN because it does not like punctuation. And then I might put the word annotations or annotation. Okay, click here. Okay, that already exists because I've already got one that is named that way. Okay, so I might actually put an S on the end of this one. Click OK. All right, so I'm making 1/16 annotations, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type in 1/16 inch. Okay, and that makes that 1/16 inch annotations. And I do the same thing with the 1/8 annotations. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go ahead and make a few different sizes that I know I'm going to need. Sometimes you have to play with it a little bit to get a size that's appropriate for you or for your drawing. But it typically comes out, you know, 1/8 and 1/16 inch text is, sometimes we also use a 3/32. So I'll go ahead and put a 3/32 in here as well. As a matter of fact, I'll just change this one to a 3/32. Okay, so 3/32 inch. Okay, and apply. And I'm see if it'll let me rename it. Maybe it will not let me rename it. Okay, so I'll just have to remember. Actually, let's see. Did it put it up top? No, it didn't. Well, I know I typed in there 3/32 inch. Okay, let's go ahead and just start from scratch just to make sure we get it right. So I'm going to click on annotative and new. And I'm going to call this one 3/32. Oops, I forgot. They don't like the slash. 3/32 annotation. Okay. Paper text height 3/32 inch. Okay. And it keeps defaulting. Oh, it's probably because this is checked, or match text orientation, maybe. Let's see, 3/32 inch. And it keeps defaulting to 1/8 inch text. So I really don't know what to say about that. So let's just forget about the 3/32 inch text. We'll figure that out later. We'll just stick for now with the 1/8 and the 1/16 inch text. Okay, and right here I used the, I believe it was, let's see, text. Paper text height, it says varies. Okay, I'm pretty sure I used the 1/8 inch text. Here's one way I can tell for sure. No, it's the 1/16 inch. So I used the 1/16 inch text right there. Now, fortunately, we've already got those typed up, so we can just copy it. I should have copied both of them. And just move it over here. Place it right above there. And then take this one, copy it, move it right over here, and place it right there. Okay, and then you can just copy this whole symbol with numbers and everything and place one right here. Okay. All right, now for annotations, we're going to use the 1/8 inch size text for our text inside of here. And what do we annotate? Well, we annotate materials. So we talk about in our annotations what type of materials we got. If there are any special structural conditions, we might talk about that on here. We don't have any of those in this particular drawing. We talk about our exterior finish. Is it brick? Is it stone? Is it wood? And of course, we even go ahead a lot of times and put color in our annotations. Okay. We might annotate trim that goes around windows and doors. We might annotate, possibly we might annotate if in this drawing, typically I would not put them in this drawing, but if you had sidewalks and things or patios that went in front of the house, you could annotate those, but typically I find that rather useless because you're really just going to see a very small sliver of it looking at it from this direction. Those are better annotated on your site plan, which that's one of the plans that we haven't gotten to and we probably won't get to this year. But again, we want our annotations to look nice and neat and consistent, so we don't want multiple size texts. We line things up if we can. Here there's not going to be a whole lot of annotation, and there really isn't going to be a reason to line it up, so we're not going to get too fancy with that or anything. But we're going to go to our leader right here. We're going to use a leader. Let's first make sure it is set. It is set to leader 1/16 inch. That might be big enough. I don't know. I'm going to change. Did I make it a 1/8 inch? 1/8 inch. Okay, let's try the 1/8 inch first. And we're going to click on leader. And we're just going to come right in here and pull that out till the arrow shows up. Okay. And here, the landings, we can actually make those shorter if they're too long, just by dragging it over. And because I did that before I typed any text, I messed myself up. Okay, so let's try that again. So leader, make sure the arrow pops out, and then click here, and then type just black asphalt shingles. And of course, that's supposed to be in all caps. My mistake. Caps locks. Asphalt shingle. I don't think the asphalt has a U there. Okay, so we got black asphalt shingle. You can see it pretty good. Now here's where I can make some adjustments to my leader. Grab that leader, bring it back a little bit to about right in there. And I can also add a leader. So if I click on that, let's see, I think I go to annotate. Yes, annotate tab. And here you can add the leader. Now I've got that one already selected. So I'm going to add a leader to it. And I'm going to make it kind of like this right here. And that does not seem to have much of a, it sure doesn't. Let's don't drag it from that one. Let's place that, make that one a little longer, just to make it where you can actually see that there's an elbow in that leader. Okay. All right, so black asphalt shingle. We can come down here to the bottom, go to home, and let's do another leader. And let's just put one here, call it common brick. Common red brick. Okay, and let's add a leader. That one did the same thing, so yours might do that too. Just kind of make it a little bit longer. I think, let's see, with that selected, I'm going to look over here. Arrowhead size 3/16, landing distance 1/8. It's supposed to be 1/8 of an inch. Let me put a quarter on there to see if that will show up a little better next time. So that says a 1/4 inch. And I don't know if that's going to permanently, I don't think it's probably not going to, I think it's just going to set that one. That might be what I'm doing. That's probably just isolated strictly to that particular arrowhead. Okay, so that's probably not going to work. So don't change that at all. All right, so we got common brick. Now something like common brick, asphalt shingle, you might want to put in more than one place. So I'm going to copy this one. Just kind of bring one. Oops. Well, I do need 2 brick ones too, so I'll just have to move that one. Okay. And when you move these, just use the move tool, or it will kind of move the little arrowheads. Won't move with the words. Take this one and put it over here. Okay, so now we're basically identifying that material in 2 different locations. Now I might want to identify my fascia and my soffit board materials as well. Okay, so I'm going to say it's a 1 foot by 1 inch fascia width / start another line 3/4 inch soffit board. Okay, so that describes the structural description of that fascia, and then the soffit board, which is actually underneath. You can't really see the soffit board, but it's kind of indicating that. Okay, so that's pretty much all the annotation that we need for this particular drawing. We don't need anything else. I'm just kind of looking at a list of different things we can put, and that's really all this one has. Now, you might have some trim and stuff like that going around the windows as well. I think I put a little trim around this window, so we can describe that trim I did not put it around these, and I didn't put it around the door, but in case you had it, you would just identify that as well. And that's 2-inch by 3/4 inch trim. Okay, that's all we do with that. Okay, so that does it. It's pretty simple. It's not that hard. Okay, now what you're going to do from here is you're going to do each side of this as well. Now, when you do the other side, you're going to do everything we did over here. You're just going to do it right over here where my cursor is circling. You're going to do it like this. You're going to spin the drawing on its side, and you're going to draw this side of the house right down here. Then when you get around to the back, you're going to click it again, and you're going to draw the rear. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then you're going to end up with 4 sides drawn all the way around. Okay, so get that done by Friday, and we'll all be good.